Hey you guys, it's MJ and welcome back to Pet Adventures again. So it has been a long time sort of since I've uploaded. I'm sorry you guys, I've been really busy with my new job that I recently just got, and it has been doing really well. Some of you guys have been asking me how's it been over there, and it's been really awesome actually. But because of that, you know, I haven't really kept up with my uploads, and I do apologize. I'm trying to do the best I can, but I will try harder. But there are tons of videos to watch when I haven't uploaded, so if you guys want to go watch some of my content, I got plenty. I think I have 200 and something videos, so I think you is good. You is good, okay girl? You is good. And by the way, before I officially start this video, I want you guys to know that I do have a YouNow account. If you don't know what YouNow is, it is just a streaming media, so please you guys, go on over there, make an account, and go on over there and fan me, become a fan, because that would be really awesome. I'm going to try to do more streams on there. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And oh my goodness, you guys get to see stuff that you don't get to see on my channel over there, so go ahead, go check it out, go get yourself hooked up. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's completely free, and don't forget to hit that notification button, that little bell that will notify you every time I make a good old video, because you ain't gonna wanna miss it. I'm telling you right now, this girl has got her content locked up and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Because my content is awesome. Yes. And you get to see me doing random voices and being really dorky with my pets. So yeah, I think we're good there. What am I doing with my life? Today we are going to be talking about beginner lizards. Top 3 beginner lizards to be specific. So this is going to just be a quick video to help you narrow down what is the best type of lizard for you, because someone did ask recently, somewhere at my job, someone asked what is beginner lizards, and I'm going to narrow that down for you today. So I'm going to start from 3 to 1. So for the third one, beginner lizards, I actually like to recommend bearded dragons. Now bearded dragons are not only easy, but they are actually the only lizard that I know of that you can basically kind of just keep on your shoulder, and you know, everyone knows that they're pretty easy for the most part. I actually do see a lot of neglected bearded dragons. I have worked with uncountable amounts of bearded dragons at the pet shops that I used to. I had too much Coke today, girlfriend. I have worked with uncountable amount of bearded dragons at the pet stores that I have worked at, and I do have to say that bearded dragons are definitely very easy, but they do actually get neglected, unfortunately, and they still seem to be too much to handle for some people. I don't know if it's just like kids that neglect them, because most of the time it was parents that would come to me about those things, but yeah, they are super easy. They just require a heat source and a UV. They do need a basking spot and then a cool spot, and they do have to get at least a 40-gallon tank or bigger, which is what you see behind me, a 40-gallon. You see all these beautiful goldfish behind me, but they do require a 40-gallon tank. That or bigger. So a lot of people sometimes don't have the space for that, so they're definitely not number 1 just because they require so much space, but they eat their typical veggies and fruits. They do like to eat a lot of things, and they eat very well. Bearded dragons, they eat very well and poop a lot and eat very well and poop some more. So I really do recommend them overall. and they are the one type of lizard that I've seen where you can kind of treat them like a, I don't want to say a dog, but they're probably like the dogs of the lizard world. So you can actually get a harness for them. They have harnesses online and things like that, and you could take them out with you, and this is how they are even when they're babies. I've held uncountable amounts of baby bearded dragons in my hand, and you know, older ones and younger ones I've held a lot, but I can definitely say that, you know, they're easy to hold because they don't run away very often, and they don't bite either. It's very rare for a bearded dragon to try to bite you, so that's definitely a plus. Number 2 beginner lizard that I recommend is crested geckos. Now, I don't recommend them first off because crested geckos have the ability to jump really high, and especially when they're babies, that can be a lot for people to take on. And just from my own personal experience, they're a little bit harder to tame than a leopard gecko. My leopard geckos as a whole are more tame. I do have 2 leopard geckos, and I'll go into that. But I have a crested gecko. His name is Waffle. Sometimes I call him Ducky as a nickname. I don't know if some of you guys know that, but you guys do know Waffle, my crested gecko. And Waffle can be quite skittish sometimes. I do handle him sometimes, but I'm always kind of afraid of stressing him out, which he does tend to stress out easy. But I haven't had him as long as my leopard gecko. I've had my leopard gecko for over, I want to say 2 years or something like that, and it is definitely, he is definitely the tamest reptile I have. Well, actually, Phoenix is probably the tamest because, you know, ball pythons are just, they don't think about anything. They don't have much going on in their head, I think. But anyways, yeah, crested geckos are great. They do need a somewhat large exoterra, but other than that, they're really easy. They just eat crested gecko food, and then they eat crickets, and you can feed them mealworms and things like that. And they don't actually need any kind of heat source or anything like that as long as you have like mild temperature. I live in Florida, so he doesn't need any specific heat light or anything. I do use a nighttime heat light when it gets super cold, which it rarely does in Florida, but if it ever does, I use that and he's totally fine. But they're insanely low maintenance. They don't need a lot of cleaning, they don't need a ton of attention, and they don't need to have like a very, very, very large enclosure. So I definitely recommend them. I'm looking over here because my exoterra is right here. But I love crested geckos. In my opinion, they're the cutest gecko you can get next to the frog-eyed gecko. But I love them to death. So definitely recommended. And for my first one, first one, what am I doing? Number 1 recommended is leopard geckos. They are the easiest reptile I've ever had to care for in my entire life. They don't eat a ton, they just need to eat about every 3 days, although they do need to eat every day when they're young, as do crested geckos, because that's just kind of how they grow and things like that. But all you need is minimum a 10-gallon, although I do actually recommend a 20-gallon. I only recommend a 10-gallon for leopard geckos only if you don't have the space. If you have the space for a 30-gallon, please get it. Unfortunately, I didn't get that pleasure, and if I had space for a 30-gallon to put both of my leopard geckos in, not in the same tank, but you know, I would do it. Leopard geckos are hands down easy. You just need to make sure they have water, you need to make sure that their heat mat is always on, a cool side and a hot side, calcium, they have to have a calcium bowl, not many people know that. And I actually do recommend feeding calcium to bearded dragons and crested geckos as well. They have to have their D3 intake. Leopard geckos also do not need a heat light or anything like that, or any kind of lighting. They are nocturnal, and the bearded dragons are diurnal. Yeah. I almost forgot the word for it, but I remembered. But leopard geckos are awesome. They don't take much maintenance. They barely need any cleaning, and once you find out where they poop, you can actually put a napkin there or a paper towel there, and then when they decide to poop in that spot, you can just take the paper towel out and they're good. So this was just a quick video to recommend some of my top 3 beginner lizards. So I hope this helped you guys. I hope that you guys know how to pick your precious little lizards. They are awesome. I love lizards. I have been into lizards since I was a little girl. I have lizards in my backyard now, like all the anoles and stuff like that. And they are super easy. I do have a tarantula, a crested gecko, a leopard gecko, well, 2 leopard geckos. I have Diagon and then Tinkerbell. So a boy and a girl, not in the same cage, of course. And then I have a ball python. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave them down below. And this was not a care video at all. It's just to help you guys narrow down which lizard to choose from 3 to 1, 1 to 3. And if you guys need care guides, I have care guides on. I have a care guide on crested gecko, leopard gecko care. I have like top 5 tips for crested geckos and leopard geckos, so you guys can go and look at my playlist and all my past videos and check those out too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it helped you guys. And please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and give this video a big thumbs up, especially if you love pets. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!